Welcome back. You're watching Brand Equity and I'm Sonali Krishna. Now, Dirty Picture might have been a raging success and Bodyguard a blockbuster. But this year proved to be a turning point in the evolution of independent cinema in India. While independent mostly refers to films that have remained free from the clutches of mass appeal in terms of its content, there is a new breed of hand-to-mouth filmmakers in India who've gotten their hands on a camera and with no organized sources of funding to tell you stories that they're passionate about. Krishna Kumar tells us that though there's a lack of structure to monetize these films, filmmakers are pushing the envelope to strike a balance between making independent cinema and money.
It's been a year in which the festering spirit of Indian independent cinema seems to have finally found its own voice. It all began with the Amir Khan-produced Dhobi Ghat. Then came Amol Gupte's much-acclaimed Stanley Ka Dabba. And then came Bijoy Nambiar's Shaitan, a film with no star cast that made all the right noises and signaled the coming of age of Bollywood. These films, with a production budget that ranges anywhere between 1 to 5 crore rupees and a promotional budget that's equivalent to that, have turned out to be profitable propositions. With over 15 directors making their debut over the course of the year, 2011 is a milestone in the evolution of New Age Bollywood.
Unlike before, consistently, some of these independent films have started doing well. And when I say started doing well, they started recovering the money that they put in. Initially, that was a problem. We only had one Bheja Frai to talk about in terms of independent cinema, which made money.
Interestingly, pure independent films without any organized sources of funding have started to make a mark. Case in point, The Greater Elephant, which won the jury prize at the South Asian International Film Festival. These films, which cost only a few lakhs or a few tens of thousands, are invariably self-funded. All they need is a digital SLR camera and an edit suite, both of which can be rented or even borrowed. Put together in less than a month's time, these independent films go for screenings after screenings, hoping that a film festival or a production house takes interest in them.
I tried approaching other big production houses, but the thing is, the story is a little weird. I mean, it's a different one, not the mass appeal one. So as a result, I faced a lot of rejection in terms of the kind of film that you like. Many of them were like, this film won't work, and you can't even make this film. And at that point in time, it was more about like, if everyone, everyone's trying to put you down, you're like, no, I can make a film and this is what I want to make.
The lack of a proper ecosystem makes it difficult for makers to monetize these films. While a theatrical release is the best way possible, chances of that happening are very low. DVD rights, online distribution and overseas rights are some of the other ways that are being explored to make money.
Deal with the situation in the way that I did.
It could be screenings in colleges, it could be screenings with passion groups, film clubs, a host of things. Yes, they're currently all free, people walk in free, but you know what? You got to find partners who can help you monetize that, so you actually know that if I'm going into screening, consumers are seeing it for free, great word of mouth is spreading, and I've got a sponsor backing me up who's actually going to give me some part of the proceeds. So here you go.
There are only 30 hours of original content being created in India per week. 30 hours of original content for a population of 1.2 billion people, of which a large chunk, and because we are such a large population, I don't need 50% of the population to watch it. I only need 1% of the population to watch it, and that I'll make my money.
This is my daughter!
Independent cinema in India is more defined by its content than the source of funding. But this new breed of hand-to-mouth filmmakers are pushing that envelope. In the process, they're also busting the myth that you need to be in the quote-unquote industry to be a filmmaker. In a fragmented market with a growing need for niche content, there's no reason why you shouldn't go out there and make your own movie. Krishna Kumar, ET Now.
Fascinating, isn't it? And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Brand Equity. We'd love to hear from you, so do write into Brand Equity at etnow.tv, or alternatively log on to our Facebook page, that's facebook.com/brandequity, to give us your perspective and start a conversation with us. You can also follow us on Twitter at Brand Equity Live. Now, next week, on the eve of 2012, Brand Equity gets you a very special episode. We're calling it Fast Forward 2012. And I promise you, it's going to be worth your while. But before I sign off, from the entire team of Brand Equity and me, Sonali Krishna, we'd like to wish you a very Merry Christmas. Until next week, sayonara.